Facility powering up.
Facility is powering up here on Braxis Holdout, map number 1 of our 5th best of 3 of the day. Yes, we've done 5 of these, or at least we're in our 5th one of the day, and this is Division E. Yes, we are in Division E if you want to know the average MMR of these players. Use exclamation NGS MMR. But first, let's introduce our teams, because we've got on the left-hand side the Bunker Crew. With Sarge on Muradin, Judo Chop playing Dahaka, Cody on the Anduin, Hendrix on the Li Ming, and Everhart to play as Smodan. To the right-hand side, we have got, I'm blanking on their name, completely blanking on their name. Team Cochitos. And they'll have Elemental on the Imperius, Misa on the Stukov, Gao on Tracer, Hanzo playing Abathur, and Guy on the ETC. Asmodan will be going into Gluttony at level 1, so that is what I post all of you. Start prediction. Does Asmodan finish his baseline questing? I do not care if he finishes Gluttony. Well, I mean, he's going to finish... Well, I guess I do care if he does. The big thing is, does he get his 400 Annihilation stacks? Will Asmodan be better than the movie or the book? Well, so far, the book is fantastic. So be sure to get your gambles in. And as a reminder, if you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to follow. If you're liking the stream, if you'd like to support, it's always much appreciated. We do have a, there is subtitle. Oh, no!
How quickly the tide turns.
If you're enjoying on Twitch, be sure to follow. If you want to support the stream further, it's always very much appreciated. We are getting close to our sub goal of the day. We're 10 subs away. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. All that good stuff, as we are 32 stacks on the Asmodan with our predictions still open. Everhart might be burninating through these stacks quickly, but you never know. You just never know. Hendrix is getting a pulse bomb. Li Ming able to tap the well. Meanwhile, back in the top lane, the solo laner 1v1, but it's Judo Chop able to kind of meander his way back behind the gate. I have never seen an Abathur in this position here. I have never seen an Abathur in this position to do, do the Locusts go into top lane? Where do they, oh yeah, they prioritize, okay. I feel like this is actually not a good position. Like, the Locust is below 50% duration. The Locust barely gets into... The Locust dies before it gets into the lane. I don't like this positioning. I'm gonna be a little judgmental here. Be a little judgmental. I'm not a fan of that Abathur positioning. I don't understand it. It's actually not helpful. The position is mostly for mine range. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, most of the mines have been going into top lane. And if you just put yourself here, you're able to just... Okay, whatever. I guess there are mines going here, but I don't know. Okay, so you could still be closer to top lane if you really wanted to put mines down near the bottom. I mean, look at that's the range that you're getting where his positioning is. Anyways, not trying to flame the Abathur player, just talking about the things that we're seeing on the screen. The first Zerg wave, sorry, I was talking about Abathur mine positioning. And the Zerg wave will be 100% to the side of the Cochitos. Sorry, I don't see the name, so I have to remember how to pronounce it and what it was. Oh, we got some good gambles going on. By the way, Asmodan 66 stacks currently. The bile drops coming down from this wave. Hendrix going to take a pulse bomb. That's going to be an ETC power slide in, and Li Ming does go down. Back in my day, Abathur had better mine talents. Li Ming with Arcane Orb at 4, pretty standard. Asmodan, level 4 as well. I mean, at least in my opinion, it's standard. You get cooldown reduction, it's pretty strong. The top lane fort's already fallen, and the Abathur hat, oh, they try, oh, no, they blink in. Ah, there's the recall, I was about to say. A little wiggle away from Li Ming's Arcane Orb. And Judo Chop is able to burrow behind the gate. Did go into Hero Stalker level 4. Might see Symbiosis at 7 for the cooldown reduction. Synergistic with the 1 and 4. Or we could just be seeing Feeding Frenzy for more drag duration stuff, and that's also pretty strong as well. Or back when Abathur clones had Heroics, oh yeah. Or when, what was it, it was like, Long time ago. Uther could use his heroics in ghost form. Or there was the time when Tyrael could take a talent, even in death, I believe was the name of the talent. Tyrael could use his basic abilities in when he was dead. And then there was the whole HGC debacle about some bug that potentially got exploited, and then there was the back and forth and the conversations. And it was great because there was some people who were like, no, the player didn't do it. And then, like, they wouldn't have any backup. They would just be like, I just believe that the player would never do that. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, because there's no player in the history of esports or video games has ever tried to get an advantage against the enemy with exploits or cheats. I mean, hell, there was a Counter-Strike player who got caught live on stage with with wall hacking or something like that. This was like 5 years ago or something like that. I remember there was like a video that was on like Reddit or maybe Twitter, and you could see like the dude trying to like get rid of the wall hack before the admins could get over to his computer, and they like grab his hands off the keyboard and stuff. Anyways. No calamity from Li Ming, but as Weena said earlier, sometimes you don't want to, you don't want to take a talent that causes you to die faster. So, Arcane Orb at level 7 for Li Ming for a little bit of safety. No calamity blinking. It is going to be Symbiosis for the Dahaka at level 7, which is, as I said, synergistic with some of these other talents. Every time Dark Swarm damages an enemy hero, reduce its cooldown by 0.4 seconds. And Hero Stalker, gain 1 essence each time an enemy hero is hit by Dark Swarm, so the 4 and 7 synergistic, and then of course, as you're gaining more essence faster, you're finishing out tissue regeneration faster, so nice little synergy right there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Abathur's gonna actually hat Heroic Symbi. Okay, I was about to be like, it doesn't affect minions, right? Yeah. I feel like we would have seen Abathur hatting more catapults in the past if that was the case. Could you imagine the catapult shoot 25% faster if Abathur hats them? Oh my god, that'd be so awful. Another Zerg Wave channel looking positive to the side of the Cochitos. ETC gets a huge power slide before Dahaka can get away, and that will be another kill to the side of our red squad. As they also get their Zerg Wave summon. That's a beautiful Celestial Charge from Stabby Daddy. Elemental setting up a kill for the team once again. A double kill as the Zerg Wave pounds through the bottom lane. I'm glad I chose the word lane at the end of that sentence. Azadan does have his level 7 for a little faster wave clear with the Master Destruction. ETC drops a mosh, it connects onto 2, the Lurking Arm underneath this as well, and Li Ming shall fall. Zerg Wave confirms the bottom lane fort. Drag into the face of Tracer. Wrath of Angiris is going to be on a 10-second cooldown, getting stunned out by maybe a Chastise? I think a Chastise. Dahaka, or maybe even a Stormbolt from Murden, because Dahaka landed the drag onto Tracer, and there's no way he got the cooldown without Feeding Frenzy. Dwarf toss away. The Zerg Wave still 75% here. The Azmodan dunks are helping chunk that down below 50% already. Some bile drops from the Zerg Wave. The Guardians attacking from range. ETC doesn't have a 13. We're also Evolve Monstrosity for Abathur. He's not going for the clone, but I mean, at this point, with the domination you've had in the early game, I really can't blame them. Granted, Ultimate Evolution does give you spell and auto attack damage increase, so something like that for Tracer's not too bad. I mean, Tracer's just the optimal target. I mean, double Stabby Daddy's not a bad idea. Double Celestial Charge. More CC potential, so Tracer can just sit there and sustain, whittle down the enemy. But this split pressure from Abathur with the Evolved Monstrosity also did not go Mule at 7 when Network Carapace going to be applying that shield, an untalented Carapace shield to all nearby allied heroes, minions, and mercenaries. Camp to be stolen away by the side of the Cochitos, and looking like they have a dominant. Oh, Cochitos. Cochitos, sorry. Not Cochitas. It's an O at the end. It's masculine. My apologies to the people watching back the VOD. I misremembered the name. Tracer blinks in. And Anduin goes down. The recall comes through. Murden trying to get a counter kill. It's not working out. Meanwhile, a little sky suplex onto onto Asmodan, and Elemental lines up the landing location to get a double Celestial Charge off that. Oh, boy, howdy. Tracer will fall finally. A Dragon to Imperious. Judo Chop is going to be met with an auto attack from Elemental, and that'll be the end of the siege. Or is it? We still have Hellbats in bottom. They reduce armor onto basically whatever they're hitting. As you see the -4 armor onto the structure right there. Abathur doing... Oh, that was cool. Abathur, I think he used the Evolved Monstrosity to get this camp, but of course the Evolved Monstrosity can't channel points, so he had to go stand on that point himself. I was like, why is Abathur slugging his way? How did he do this? Oh, that was nicely done. At least I assume that's how it was done. Yeah, because the burrow's about to come off cooldown in the tunnel. No, that's way too close. No, I still think he got it. I still think he got it. He just moved this into lane so he could go step on or slug onto the point. Slime onto the point? He slimed it. There's the tunneling claws. The Evolved Monstrosity left to do its things in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, an invade onto the camp. And 13 talents here advantage to the side of the Cochitos. Big lurking arm down from Stukov. The low blow almost finding a kill. Tracer wants to try and kill Hendrix. But he's absolutely fine. I tried to think of a Jimi Hendrix song to reference, but all I could think of was All Along the Watchtower, which I didn't realize is a cover. I didn't realize that was a cover, and it's one of the covers that, it's like one of the few covers, maybe not few, but it's one of the covers that exist that are better than the original. Bottom lane camp is getting tons of value. Asmodan with a amplified dunk to try and clear this out. Abathur takes back control over the Evolved Monstrosity, shielding up the wave a little bit, but this Evolved Monstrosity shall go down. This buys a window for the allies to steal away the camp and get channel onto the Zerg wave. I mean, that was the first Ultimate Evolution, I do believe. Excuse me, Evolved Monstrosity that Abathur summoned, and it lived for a good chunk, like almost a good 5 levels, I think. Not bad at all. Nice micro from the Abathur player. Micro and macro. I mean, this Abathur player is doing fantastic. As I said, I pointed out the location, my disapproval of the starting location, but still, this is nicely done. ETC drops a Mosh that will land onto the Asmodan. Another Wrath of Angiers from Imperious. Tries to set up for a double stab. Can't get it, but they still get a double kill. Sarge applying some pressure onto the Tracer with his little skull crackers here and there, but it's Murden's skull to be cracked, as that will be Imperious setting up a team kill. Okay. Bottom lane keep will go down. Asmodan at 246 stacks. Li Ming has respawned. And our next Zerg wave is on its way. Zerg wave for the red team. We'll go into the top lane. Our blue side is doing their best to kind of clear out the initial siege from the... Oh, Goliaths. The Goliath, the Raven, and the Cyclone. Here comes another Zerg wave. Stormbolt, sidestep by Gao. Little stuns as Tracer's able to get a blink away. Gets the Abathur hat. Oh, it's the speed! It's the speed! Adrenaline boost. Symbiote's Carapace increased the movement speed of the target by 40% for 3.5 seconds. Tracer, she's just able to run around at nearly mount speed. Blinks away outside of the Master Destruction. Judo Chop might be on the chopping block. Wrath of Angiers just as he pops out of the ground. Sarge takes a Pulse Bomb to the booty and will be falling. Judo Chop, as I said, is chopped. Tracer going in on Hendrix, and with the Abathur hat, Hendrix will go down. God dang, this Tracer is out of their mind. ETC follows up a Celestial Charge with a Power Slide. Anduin tries to pull to the side. The body blocking's in place, and oh, Sparks, I'm sorry. Anduin falls. Another team kill. And the core will fall. It is 4-20 in kills, favoring the side of our red team.
Smoke
We're dead.
weed every day.
Oh, wrong button. So I was trying to make a 420 joke before I transition things, and my brain couldn't do it all. Ooh. That was a game 1. Wowee. Alright, there's your talents. Does Asmodan finish base 400 stacks? Nope. Nope. He was at 254 out of the 400 he needed. Smurfing? I don't know. I don't know about smurfing. That Tracer was ridiculous. 50,000 heroic damage from Tracer. The closest on the enemy side was 33,000. Woo! Yeah, Team Cochitos doing very good. Team Cochitos with a very strong start in this 5th best of 3 of the day. I do need to run some small ads before we get into our second map in this series. So I'm going to go ahead and run those right now, and I'll get everything set up for us. Alright, players did not swap sides. We have a Zool Jin. I don't know what the talents are, so let's just do this. We'll write up a prediction. I'll wait for the ads to finish out. We can chat for a minute until the ads finish out. I know there's people getting ads currently, and I know I've mentioned it a lot, but we're so very close. We're 10 subs away from our sub goal, so if you'd like to push up for that, it's always very much appreciated. Looks like Tiny Toxic Tofu got their thesis defended. Congratulations. Thanks, Ron. He's always looking out. Oh, I just got away from nausea. Oh, I got such a wave of nausea. Alright, ads are just about done. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Let's get into our next map. We'll see if it's going to be a 2-0. We'll do a Zul'jin questing thing. How about it? Let's do Zul'jin questing, but we'll just do we'll do the baseline. We'll do the 150 or 149. We'll do the basic. Will he finish out his baseline questing? Kind of same thing with Asmodan as the last game. Will he finish out that baseline quest? All right, ads are completed. Thank you all for your patience. Let's get into another game. Let's find out what this series will entail for us. We're here on to Volskaya Foundry in our second map in our 5th best of 5 of the day. Hope you're all having a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me. On the left-hand side, we have the members of the Bunker Crew. Sarge on Varian, Judo Chop to play Urel, Hendrix on the Zul'jin, Cody to play a Brightwing, and Everheart with Mephisto. To the right-hand side, we have the Cochitos. A Guy on Mei, Hanzo to play Chromie. Oh, that's not going to be confusing because we got Gawa and Hanzo. Misa on Deckard and Elemental to play the Hogger. So level, or baseline, it's you want Axe, of course, and it's going to be a level 1 Recklessness. So chat, get your predictions in. I pose this bet to all of you. Will Zul'jin finish his 150 stacks? That is the baseline questing. You need 150 stacks. And you get the double revolve on Queeve. On the double revolve on the Cleave. That is an uncapped baseline. And as I said, he's got the Recklessness at level 1, so that will give you faster stacking so long as you're not dead. But when you're below 50% HP, you're going to increase your stacking, gaining additional stacks onto the enemy heroes you're hitting. Alrighty. Hey, we got 1.7 on yes. There we go. We just got to get some doubting odds. Thank you as always, chat, for participating in the gambles. Appreciate you hanging out, gambling, chatting, lurking, etc. Urel's actually going into Marad's Insight. After damaging an enemy hero with basic ability, Urel's next basic attack heals her for 146 scaling healing. Cool, we got odds. Thank you, chat. If you'd like to bet further, it's appreciated. Deckard Cain is going to be building up his Scroll of Sealing level 1, Scroll of Identify. This is my jam when I play Deckard. been playing a lot of Deckard and Ranked, and that's pretty much my go-to level 1, just getting those stacks, getting the armor debuff at 15, getting the extra armor debuff for a longer duration at 30 stacks, and it is an uncapped quest, so you can just keep building up that extra damage, which, it's going to work out. I mean, you're increasing it by 2, but hey, every bit of scaling helps out, especially if you're going into the level 16 Stone of Scroll Curse, which gives you the, what is it, like 200% damage when 2 enemy heroes are hit by Scroll of Sealing. So as long as you're landing these multiple hits, it's a nice combo. But with our gamble closed with nearly 50% odds, appreciated it, chat, we'll have our Zul'jin on 4 stacks currently. Hendrix kind of throwing out some Revolve Cleaves, able to back away from any sort of damage. Chromie actually dumps a bit of sand on the fort front gate, opening things up. Hanzo able to get a little bit of scatter action. Did go into Redemption level 1. You get faster auto attack speed after getting the 12 stacks. But if you do die, you lose, I think it's 3 stacks every time you die. Yeah. Journeyman cooking for Hogger. You also have Brute Force, so Hogger going for all the dings. He'll be able to scale up his HP. Speaking of questing talents, we got a Varian Lion's Maw level 1, Unyielding Power from Mephisto, so he's going into Skull Missile build. And 19 out of 20 stacks, 2.5 minutes in for Chromie. 19 out of 20 stacks for Chromie, and it's not even 3 minutes in. We're not even at the first objective. She's going to finish this level 1 questing talent very, very quickly. As a reminder, tomorrow we're doing Archipelago. We'll be doing a bit of StarCraft 2. We're going to try and finish out All In, which is the final mission in Wings of Liberty. And then we're going to be doing Donkey Kong Country 3. I've got a couple checks to figure out, and then we can get into the final area. Apparently, the 2 skis I need to get to the final area of Donkey Kong Country 3 are in Donkey Kong Country 3, so we're gonna have to use a little Archipelago hint for that one so we can find it, because I am not gonna sit there and go through every single bonus barrel. So it'll be a good time. If you don't know about Archipelago, be sure to come by tomorrow morning. Normal start time. We'll have a fun stream tomorrow for all of you. But as we are here today, on Thursday, we're going to be watching our Division E matchup. This is our 5th best of 5 of the day with more channel going over to the side of the Cochitos. As I had mentioned, Chromie's finishing out that level 1. She has the Mobius Loop, or the Morbius Loop level 7. The Avenging Wrath, the Aegis of Light for Urel. Is she gonna go for the? Is she going like a jump build here? Is she gonna go for the? Isn't there an Avenging Wrath at 7 as well? Judo Chop taking a bit of damage. We got the Arcanite Axes. Judo Chop very low, able to Avenging Wrath away the Blizzard damage over time, or the ticking damage is not enough to find a kill. Hendrix on 6 stacks currently, and the first objective goes over to the side of the Cochitos. Little machine gun, sorry, repeater cannon, that's probably what it is. Little repeater cannon damage. Gonna focus onto this fort front gate in the top lane. We're around control point B, using the Rocket Glove to lock down one of the 2 towers here, sorry. Okay, Hendrix gonna be Soothing Mist. Whoa, Fascia. Oh no! The Triglav Protector gets 1 slap onto Zul'jin and he falls. You'd hope that Zul'jin would play from a little bit further away and just sit there and get free stackage off the Immortal, or the Triglav Protector. Decker Kane does get a root onto this Varian, a bounce from Hogger. Oh, someone will get the last auto attack. Unfortunately, no one gets the last auto attack. And that'll be the end of that. Oh man, I wish Decker Kane stepped up and threw a Haraja Cube over the gate. I did that recently in Ranked on Tuesday. There was a Sylvanas in top lane, I think of Sky Temple. And I just she was so low, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna take 2 tower shots and hopefully I can get this kill. Throw the Haraja Cube and I kill her in the hearth. Oh, it feels so good, man. And by the way, it is Avenging Wrath. It's the Holy Avenging. Hitting enemy hero with Avenging Wrath at the maximum charge deals 25% more damage and reduces its cooldown by 1 sec, or 2? Yeah, 1 second. Alright, and this is grants other nearby... Yeah, okay. It's other nearby heroes. That's one I couldn't remember if Urel gets it too. Okay. 10 talent tiers here already. Let's cycle through the other numbers. Stay Well and Listen, Shockwave, Dragon's Arrows, Temporal Loop, and an Avalanche for May. Slowly but surely they'll clear at this camp. Judo Chop in bottom lane, getting poked at. Point blank Dragon's Arrow. Shockwave to follow up. The scatter off the wall, and Judo Chop once again chopped. May is able to pop her Cryo Freeze in this mid lane. Decker Kane catches the toe of Varian with a Scroll of Sealing, picking up another stack. Take a look at that stackage once we get through all these other numbers at the bottom of your screen for the damage healing experience in map number 2. More potions in front of the front gate, or in front of the fort right now in case they want to step up and dive underneath looking for a kill. Temporal Loop onto Everheart. The Avalanche will be out from May. Everheart taking a lot of damage. There's a Scroll of Sealing and as well as the Stay Well and Listen. Varian doing his best to step back into the enemy team's face. It's just not working out. Everheart gets chunked as well. Some scatters into Hendrix here as they're Azul Jin Tostingo. He pops the Voodoo Shuffle from level 4 really quickly just to make sure the slows are not affecting him. Hendrix low, able to avoid the Sandblast to Chromie. No beach time for Azul Jin. Time stop onto Mephisto. And the Piercing Sands, or excuse me, the Sandblast don't connect. We didn't talk about this, but level 10 for Mephisto is going to be Consume Soul. He's got the hit every enemy hero while you channel. And it does a little bit of damage. There's some slow value to it. The level 20 is a nice upgrade as well. Whenever I see this talent, I always wish for the level 13 Hysteria to be picked up for Regeneration Globes, giving cooldown reduction to the Heroic, as well as the Spite level 4, but I doubt we're going to see that. The mid lane fort's still sitting on, like, no HP. I'm going to say 1/32 of its HP.
Terminal activated. Take control of it.
Deckard and May finish out the camp over here. Hogger gets a little spin out. And no invade onto the left-hand side camp. It's 2-0 in kills, and it's almost 13 talent tier advantage to the side of our red team. The bunker crew are looking to do their best, and I don't know what they want to do. I think you give objective and you soak up for 13 against the Cochitos. I don't think you want to try and fight down a level as well as the talent tier. Top lane, they'll grab the soak really quickly. Super potions for Deckard. A taunt into May, but I think she's fine. Yeah, Sarge is just threatening. May with the Polar Vortex. Fleet of Foot for Hanzo. Hawker's holding level 13. Not sure what he's going to be going into. Catches a quick soak in mid as Urel did grab that wave, or excuse me, pushed up the wave. Is Hogger going to go for a quick destruction into mid fort? Nah, I think he's going to play it safe. He gets the bounce through. Nah, he's going for it. He's going for it. Chromie and friends are kind of poking out into the top lane. They get a bit of vision. And I know Elemental's probably watching Judo Chop. They pass like ships in the night. And that is Trigla Protector, number 2 of the game. Second one for the Cochitos. Looks like they're going to take this straight into top lane onto the keep front gate. Hanzo, huge Dragon Arrow followed up by a massive Shockwave from Hogger. Here's a Temporal Loop onto Brightwing, I think. I'm not even 100% sure. Could have been Mephisto either way. It's going to be a triple kill early on. Urel gets the Avenging Wrath over the wall, and I don't know if she will be able to make it out alive because Hanzo, with the natural agility, can chase things down. The keep in top lane after a will be taken out. And look at the positioning of the Trigla Protector. They want to end here. The death timers are really low. The siege potential is not the craziest in the world, especially with no gunner. That does provide some good sustained damage into the Triglove. We got Hogger inside of this. 30 seconds on the Triglove, 35% left on its HP. The super pots are down from Deckard Kane as he steals one away from his Hanzo that desperately needed it. Chromie does the exact same thing. She steals a potion at like 80% HP. Nice use of the laser line as it kind of forces back the enemy from chasing down the allies here. No damage onto the core right now. Ardent Defender activated by the bunker crew. Hanzo still poking onto Sarge. Hendrix getting low. 13 stacks on that baseline. Hanzo gets a Dragon's Arrow, and Zul'jin falls again. Temporal loop onto Everheart, who's looking to try and get away here. Big staggering blow into the wall. Cody has a soothing miss for the allies. Natural agility from Hanzo as he's going to look for something off the stay while. And listen, the spin from Hogger is really good. Judo Chop is also going to fall. Sarge not inside the avalanche, but a shockwave from Hogger would have confirmed the kill either way. The shielding is starting to fall. The catapults are here. Consume Soul will be used. Chromie times that out. Hanzo getting blasted back against the wall. Steps back in immediately. We got a respawn onto Zul Jin. He's actually going to lower all of his health pool, just going to try and chunk into the enemy as quickly as possible, but he walks into a sandblast. Oh, how unfortunate for Zul Jin. As Mephisto keeps poking in here and there, doing his best to try and take down the enemy team, but the catapult, which was dealing chunky damage, is cleared out. We have more arriving. Hanzo still autoing into this core, and it is just slowly but surely falling. Hanzo, do you have a natural agility? Yes, he does. 13% left on the core. Cody going to be bopped away. There's some rocket gloves coming out as well. Varian's done with his level 1. Hanzo finally falls, but Hogger goes in. Oh my god, it's a huge scrollless ceiling from Deckard Cain. He didn't go for the upgrade at level 16. He went into the something numbers. God dang it. Safety in numbers. There we go. And that is going to be map number 2, dominated by the side of the Cochitos. Damn. God dang. All right, let's take a look at our gamble here. How many base stacks was Zul Jin? He did not complete, so he was 149 or less.